You guys ready?
Sure.
Goose Fraba.
All right, hello and welcome to this week's episode of 9 to 5 Nerds with Robert Swathwood, Corey Urkel.
Thank you very much.
And sorry, but tonight's guest is Katrina Swathwood again.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. We just finished watching the season finale of episode 7 of Walking Dead.
Season
What?
7?
Yeah, season 7.
They said episode 7.
No, season 7. Season finale, episode 7. I did say episode 7.
Yeah.
Season finale of season 7.
Yes.
And we're going to discuss that tonight. What'd you guys think?
Overall, happy. There's some finales that are just like, oh, really? Or, you know, like, was the last one the one where they're about to be, like, the last season ending?
And it was
when Negan had them lined up?
And it went first person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember everyone went ape shit. Like, that's just, come on. Why do you do that to us? No cliffhanger. I like it.
We had discussed this ahead of time, and I was like, oh, there's supposed to be no cliffhanger. And you were like, what do you mean no cliffhanger?
I correlated, I thought it was like, what do you call it in comic book, story arcs? I was like, wait, no cliffhangers. I mean, the story arc ends? It doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, in a way it does, but it's like...
End of a story.
It's the beginning of a new arc, but it's very much related to the last one.
Yes.
So an end.
Spoilsies going forward from here on. Corey and I had discussed ahead of time, we were driving back from WonderCon today and discussing what might happen, and it was similar to what we said. We said that, you know, there was going to be some sort of skirmish, and Carol and the Kingdom possibly came up and saved the day and drove them off, and that's where it would end.
Neutralized?
Yeah. Deneutralize the situation.
Yeah, and then Maggie showed up too. So
Yeah.
it's an alliance of 3 states. The trash people, never trust trash people.
Trash people.
Never trust anybody with bangs.
Yeah, that you wouldn't bang.
That was a fake laugh. I mean, we'll dive into specifics in the episode, but leaving out the flashbacks, I mean, I liked seeing Abraham again, but leaving out some of the flashbacks, I really liked the episode a lot.
I think the flashback lent to, like, every character who is a big name of the show, when they get killed off, they usually have a nice farewell episode. So you see it building as being what's her name's farewell episode.
Yeah.
Sasha?
Sasha.
There you go.
It doesn't matter to me. She's dead.
What did I mean, we were just watching it. What did I get it, like 2 minutes before?
Yeah.
I was like, she took the pill.
We were discussing, like, at any given point interval, like, commercial break, how it's going to go. And up until 2 minutes to the reveal, you called it, which we assumed that before that she's dead in the coffin somehow, and then you yelled, pill popper.
Yeah. I mean...
Makes sense.
If you go back and look throughout the episode, if you were to watch it again, when she says only one person, she's sealing her fate then.
Yeah, totally.
She was
She's
saying...
making the deal.
Yeah. That one person's going to die, and that's how it works.
That's her, yeah.
I mean, obviously, when you saw Rick walking through Alexandria, you saw a bunch of no-name people dead, but what does
Who
that
cares?
matter?
Is it kind of dumb? This is, nitpick, Corey.
You are the nitpicker.
No, that plan of hers, it seems like, oh my god, it's genius. She took a pill and she turned into a zombie. It would have worked. It would not have worked under any other circumstance.
Genius?
Then whatever. You know, it is a plan that she put in action. It would not have worked under any other circumstance if he had not transported anything but a coffin.
And it seemed like it was her idea to go in a coffin.
I think it's like one thing led to another. Like when they're writing the episode, like, okay, we want her to self-sacrifice, but nobody can know. Well, what if you transport her in a coffin? Like, there was no point to there being a coffin in the show. Like,
yeah,
he wanted to.
Negan's trying to send a message.
Negan wanted to bring her along. He's like, well, I really don't want to put you in the coffin, but you know,
He didn't want to, but he's got to send a message to Rick.
But he didn't have to use the coffin to send a message.
No, not at all. He's never had a prisoner be put in a coffin. It was like,
But he didn't want to kill her.
if it was
at all.
If it was a recurring thing that he transported people in coffins,
that'd be one thing.
I would get it. But because it seems like it was shoehorned in to make this twist.
He didn't want to kill her.
No, I'm aware. But why, if you bring her over and you're not going to kill her, you're not going to make an example of her, why bring her in the coffin at all?
Yeah. No, the coffin, I mean...
Example.
It played its part, but there was no build-up to it.
It seemed like a screenwriter opt-out for a big reveal. Kind of. You know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying.
I'm looking at like, okay, how do we get this from point A to point B, and how do we defy the audience's expectations a little bit?
He's all about showmanship.
Yeah, but even he was like, you don't have to go in that thing.
But it was the show.
I get it. It's not.
So he was going to play off that she was in there, and regardless of if she was in there or
But
not.
he didn't. She just didn't have to travel in it.
Right.
But with the travel time, it allowed her to die in it. That
Right.
okay.
Contextually, it wasn't the worst choice any show's ever made, but I thought it was like a little bit of a leap. More so much so that I thought about it, And then
Thinker.
Yeah, he is.
what
but-
were the little nitpicks I picked? So she turned into a zombie, and of course she tackled Negan, and Negan stabbed her, and she got a
Oh
kill.
no, she's a zombie.
But the fact, like, she wandered off into the forest, but they're attracted to sound and noise, and
It was
a
one of
gunfight.
the. It was one of the least dramatic deaths. Obviously, Glenn and Abraham were way more dramatic.
Well, people were going to be upset that she died anyways.
I'm not upset.
You're not.
She went out in a good way. It helps. It
They
was
were
a surprise,
They were setting up this whole
The
season for her
build-up.
to die, though.
Right.
especially the last 2 episodes.
Well, and they switched. Like she was the crazy person, the aggressive person, and it switched with Rosita. Rosita became the reckless one, the killer and stuff, and Sasha became more at peace, and that I think led to. I mean, it was setting up for a while now that you
She
saw
was
it.
ready to die.
She was ready to die.
Overall, I will say another part. I like the gunfighting. Like, maybe I don't want to say it's just on paper. I like it. Like, there's badass shots and everything. Like, it's
Yeah.
filmed right. I don't like the editing and the way that it doesn't translate like where people are at any point in time.
Do you remember Michonne? Like what happens
No,
in that?
No,
Like-
he means all of a sudden
Okay.
everybody was captured.
Yeah, okay. For instance, one is there's the turn and everybody starts shooting the trash people. Like all the
I like that
Rick's
they're
guys.
just the trash people.
Yeah, we'll call them that. And
Garbage pail people.
at any given
Kids.
point in time, there's unlimited henchmen. It looks like there's 10 trash people. All 10 get killed immediately. By the end of it, there's still like a dozen left. Same thing for Negan's men. Whatever. It's like infinite like body bag, bullet sponges. But in that quick cut, when they show close up of people shooting and retreating, quarter second later, it quick cuts and everybody's captured except
Tiger.
Daryl
didn't do about that.
wasn't captured.
No.
Daryl wasn't captured. No.
No.
But like they didn't show where they went.
Yeah.
And they didn't show how Negan got over the wall with all his men and captured everybody without a firefight.
That they didn't show. They didn't show how he got on the wall. I guess
No.
they.
Dwight.
Well, Dwight did hop out of the car.
And number two.
And the other guy, your guy from GTA.
Mustachio.
They said Plan B, and then it cut to them having captured everybody.
Plan B was the trash people pulled out their guns and pointed them on
Yeah.
Rick's people, right? So then they would have been
'Cause
forced.
they got bought out.
They would have been forced to open.
I thought Plan B, he ducked down and said Plan B when they started shooting.
Oh, you're right. You're right. They did. Well, either way, I mean, the gate would have been opened by the trash people. To
Yeah,
let,
back up to the back.
Oh, but then they got to the back. They got behind Rick. Rick started running with it. Oh, he got shot, and then
he
he
didn't
started,
have a hand on his gun until after Michonne was ready.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want her to die.
What are we talking about?
I don't know what you're
No?
really. What do you
He
mean
did not have a hand on a gun.
okay.
at all.
Well, he didn't have a hand on a gun because the main trash lady had a hand on her
Right.
gun. I
Yeah.
mean, she was pointing.
Because then
the gun at him.
Michonne was going to die.
So what does that matter? I mean, I don't
I'm just
see where
saying,
you're going.
Negan got passed from front of the gate to the back of the compound, basically past Rick, because when it got knocked off, he started walking that way.
Because they're leading up to war. They can't
That
do
doesn't
that.
that doesn't matter to any of this.
I'm
we're
just-
talking about logistics.
I'm just speaking of like editing,
In
knowing
TV shows, because that's...
Yes, it actually matters.
it's not the worst thing. Also,
No, it's not
because
not a-
ostensibly you're just watching like shit go down, right? But in terms of knowing at any point in time who's where, kind of helps you like wrap your head around it. And even so, it's not as bad. But when everybody came out and Forrest the Tiger came, Negan has to retreat all the way across.
Every
And-
single comment he had about the tiger was fucking
funny.
awesome.
Awesome.
Every
Fucking
single
tiger.
every single comment he had in retreat was fucking epic, down to him giving the finger as he's driving out of the
Amazing.
Scene stealer.
Amazing. But it seemed like any given point in time, the Tiger and everybody were like 10 feet from Negan. But no matter every scene they showed, there's enemies everywhere. I was like, I don't know
Well, because
who's
Negan
where.
can't die.
And then the trash people threw some smoke bombs. Were they inside the wall? And they hopped the wall?
well,
Yeah,
they
it
were already
showed them hop the wall.
behind. Because they
But
were,
where-
like, defensive.
Where were they at?
I disagree with you, except for the cutting where they're fighting and all of a sudden all of them are captured.
Yeah, I think that was a bigger jump than the secondary one. But I think in just terms of like them shooting like an action sequence, like it's not really about. I don't think that the action sequences were,
Phenomenal.
like the gunplay. It did,
Logistically timed properly.
yeah, it did what it was supposed to because everybody got like a cool.
Small increments.
Yeah, everybody got a cool shot in, but like if you're planning out the battlefield, whatever, it was kind of chaotic.
Dwight had a good play.
Dwight, he showed at the beginning that he's willing to help, and with that little soldier at the end, he showed, because that was from him,
Yeah.
that he was willing to help. So
I
he's
didn't
saying,
know.
hey,
Yeah.
I'm still on your side. They need that person on the inside to
To know where everything is.
to
Like
know-
Eugene.
Yeah, exactly. I think Eugene's kind of in the long con.
Yeah.
I think he's 100% putting his time in. That's the right time he will show his true colors, which is yellow.
No?
But, I mean,
I don't think he went in thinking, oh, I'm going to be an undercover agent.
Really?
No,
I do.
I do.
I think he's too much a coward for that
No.
because he did show in a couple episodes he is 100%. And then he tried shooing off Rosita and Sasha, like I didn't ask you to come save me. Go away. We're happy here.
Right, because he set up a longer plan.
But everything he did, it shows.
Because he has to set up that he's on their side.
It shows no hints of. It could happen. I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility. But I think it's one of the things. I think he's seduced by the
No.
lifestyle.
No.
I think it's going to come time. It will come time where he has to decide, and I think that decision will be like self-sacrifice for Rick's team.
I think I don't. I think that
Long
he's
term.
doing the long con. I mean, and obviously time will tell. It'll show next season.
He said the weak points.
Obviously, comic withstanding, it never happened that way in the comic book.
No.
Even though I'm the only one that's read that far, so it's not like I know.
I read the time jump.
You don't know what Negan or Eugene are doing right now. That's
Right.
what I'm saying. I'm just saying you don't.
This is
Nothing.
uncharted territory.
Nothing I know will affect my decision on what he's doing right now, because it's not a situation that comes in the comic.
Yeah.
So we had discussed that we thought that the kingdom might come in.
Yeah.
Fucking the tiger coming in and just chewing shit up. Awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Because every time he shooted the tiger, I expect it to die this episode.
No.
Apparently not.
Shiva?
Shiva?
I mean, the fact that they couldn't hit it is surprising, but whatever.
The tiger.
The tiger tackled something like right next to Negan, where he had like 5 guys. Wouldn't you immediately take a machine gun and start shooting it?
Like, what the fuck's the tiger doing here?
That is literally what he said, right?
I also, he was so good when I gave that. He is great on the show.
Middle finger when he's being shot, full automatic.
Yeah.
And him giving the
Fuck
middle
you
finger.
guys.
And even Rick's, what was his little speech?
Oh my god, that was great when he was telling Negan it doesn't
kill
matter.
you.
He said, you could cut off both my hands, I'm still gonna kill you.
That's not true.
Negan gave him the same conversation, like stern talking to he did one season ago.
Yeah.
And Rick's reaction then was shaking, quivering, like tears coming out of his nose.
I'm scared.
This time it was like, I don't care if you kill my son, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
That
No
was
hands, it's
great.
not going to happen.
That
But then Negan had a good reaction too. He looked at him, looked at him, smiled. Well, that was really good, Rick. I like that.
We were at Comic-Con today and saw a guy with no hands painting portraits of people. Did you see this?
No.
Did you?
Teeth?
He was drawing them with his mouth.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Crazy.
yummy.
What?
But yeah,
You did?
yeah, I blod.
Oh, wow. Tell me more.
So we covered Dwight, how we genuinely think he's on their side.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which would be in line with the comics.
Yes.
We talked about Negan being awesome.
Of course. His ascot and all.
God, what the fuck was his ascot? But yeah,
It's red. It draws attention.
Is the leader of the Hilltop going to come into play now?
Gregory, I mean, he is out with a pack somewhere. So,
He's meeting up the
He heading straight to Negan.
yeah.
secret spot.
Obviously, it's gonna be a big deal next season. It's gonna be a big back and forth.
What
Is
did
he bringing
Negan?
tequila?
What did Negan say about Maggie?
No?
That fucking widow's still alive. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Want to tap her?
That's funny.
No?
Well, yeah. Well, nobody wants to.
And
Never
he's got
mind.
an empty slot for a wife.
Yeah, but she's pregnant.
Who cares? She can't get pregnant.
Yeah. But
No?
No.
Okay.
We'll see.
It was cool seeing Rick, Maggie, and Ezekiel on the platform at the end.
And Carol?
Carol wasn't on the platform.
They had the 3 leaders.
Well,
They
she's at
had
the bottom.
No, they had the 3 leaders of each. One of
Wow.
each.
She's a very vital point.
No.
She wasn't on the platform.
What-
Katrina, follow what we're saying.
While the narration was going on, basically saying, like, here are the 3 leaders of our towns. And
And it wasn't Gregory.
Well,
You-
because what? Jesus leads the scouting trips, right?
Yes, we're talking about the 3 leaders that were on the platform.
the last scene.
At the very last scene, it was Ezekiel, Rick, and Maggie on the platform at the end, like talking to everybody that was standing around.
Cool shot.
It was a cool shot. I didn't really like the post shot of Maggie sitting with Sasha on the log, looking at the sunset. That was
A little bit too much.
Yeah, that was too much.
Who got shot now? So Rick got shot.
Rick got
You
shot.
didn't feel it, though, apparently.
Well, you
Michonne
could.
got fucked up.
Michonne got fucked up, but you could see
She
Rick.
got beat by a white girl.
What's that mean?
Michonne is the most badass character in the show.
I think that's Daryl.
Yeah.
That'd be a good fight.
Yes, it would.
The
Apparently
show
not
in the
now.
comic, yes.
Michonne in the comic there's almost no emotion there.
Well,
Right.
the video game.
It was
I
pretty
don't
good.
know.
And who else? Didn't Rosita get shot?
Rosita got shot.
They didn't show any
Okay, I
aftermath
saw
for
her.
that. They showed her in the bed.
They showed her in the bed. Yeah, they showed her in
Rick
the
didn't
bed.
need to be in a bed. He's tough.
Well, he didn't. I don't think he got shot in the meat. It was like a grazing blow. Like it was literally.
Side injury?
It was literally a flesh.
I thought it was like
wound.
when Mr. Orange
Flesh
got shot.
wound.
Don't you bleed there?
I don't.
profusely?
I think it just hit the edge of the skin. Like it was a.
It got shot.
At that close quarters, you can shoot wherever you want. Probably. I mean, I don't know. I've never fired a weapon.
Oh no, he was limping pretty good for a minute, and then
A minute.
was forgotten about. Well, he's limping to everybody who's
Yeah.
Who's
yeah.
really shot?
yeah.
I really liked that scene between him and Negan where they were face to face. That was really
I'm gonna
good.
kill you.
Yeah, that was really good. I like that.
Because
Yeah.
he's not going to.
No, he's not going to.
Yeah.
Although it could be different. You never know.
Because of Dwight instead?
I like that they have Dwight switching sides before the end of the season. Now we have to
With
wait till
Daryl?
October.
Yeah.
October.
There'll be a lot of other shows.
That was another good sequence was Daryl and Dwight face to face with
Oh,
that
yeah.
discussion. You know,
Like-
the
Kill
knife
him.
to the eye.
yeah, the knife to
Yeah.
the eye.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I
They
think
tortured him.
I
That was
think-
bad.
Yeah, I think that Dwight will survive past.
But his wife really dead. That's the question.
No, I don't think she's dead.
She ran off.
She just ran off.
She left me a note. I would have stayed here, but you're losing your memory. I don't
Pretzels? You bring
Pretzels and beer.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was
She'll come back in like 3 seasons.
I hope not.
What's the girl that went to the ocean town that I can never remember her name?
Tara?
Tara. Yeah,
Ugh.
I think Tara will die before Dwight dies.
I don't like her.
Because if Dwight is switching sides and he's to be a longer term thing, you can't have her and him in the same place. I think you can have Daryl and him at the same place because Daryl saw what he was like before he
Yeah.
went back to Negan. Daryl understands that he was only siding with Negan to save his wife.
Yeah.
Tara doesn't understand that. She didn't know Dwight before that. So she only knows that...
he murdered a doctor. Her
yeah,
friend.
he murdered the doctor, who was her friend. That wasn't her girlfriend, right?
She said on the show her girlfriend
Yeah,
got
it was.
murdered, but
Was it her girlfriend?
Yeah.
It was her girlfriend then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously she's not going to forgive her
No.
for that
Death.
situation,
no.
yeah. Overall, I like the season finale. I like that everything wrapped up and says, this is where next season's going to go.
All Out War?
All Out War.
It sounds more interesting than probably the season on the whole we just got. How many episodes did we cover from Negan breaking heads to now?
It's 16 episodes.
God, that was 16 hours between just that. Like it didn't seem like
And literally 16 hours because some of the episodes were longer. I mean, if you figure
Yeah.
in for commercials,
yeah.
it literally covered probably 16 hours. And some of those were not great episodes.
No, I
A
agree.
Terra one with the Oceanside?
Yeah, that was a little...
That was necessary though, if they wanted
Necessary?
for what?
For what, the
only
guns?
At the
It
end.
was only necessary for them to get the guns.
Right.
But I think
That's
they...
it.
I think that the Ocean Town might have a longer term...
I like that episode better. I like the Trash People episode.
Moana Wannabe?
Moana Wannabe. I think that the oceanfront people might have a longer impact than.
Did we see any of them fighting like the?
No, I don't think so. Even though they said they wanted to.
Yeah, the last episode, the short-haired girl and somebody else's
But they wouldn't go against the whole clan.
Yeah, I could see Rick going back there to say, "Hey, we need the help."
Yeah.
We took your guns. Now we need more help.
Yeah. Well, some of them were willing to fight.
Yeah, 3 of them, I think.
It could have been more than 3.
Well,
it was all or none.
3 with faces.
Yeah.
The rest could be red shirts.
It looks like the granddaughter. They're trying to build her up to be, somebody that wants to fight, somebody that can be a leader when her grandma
goes away.
Yeah. So I mean, there's that. I still can't get over that. There's a fucking tiger jumping around, chewing people's necks off. I really like Ezekiel. I mean, when I hear his voice, all I can hear is Cyborg.
I'm glad I can't.
It's funny, but I mean, he's a good character.
He's got to tell his people.
He does have very expressive eyes. Like, he is like fucking like when he was talking to Morgan.
He looks like the character.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
When he was talking to Morgan, it was very intense.
You are not
contact.
stuck, Morgan.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was nice to see Carol come save the day again.
Carol's the most badass
character.
Yeah. We talk about Michonne or
Daryl.
No, Michonne kind of let down.
Carol all the way. I don't know how many times she's saved the group.
She's a Deadeye.
There's a small group of like just fucking brutal
Carl?
people. Rick. Carl's on that point at this point.
Morgan, basically.
Carl
clear.
Yeah. Carl was the one that turned around and started fucking shooting trash people up.
Yeah, he got 2 or 3.
Yeah, you got Rick, Carl, Daryl, Michonne, Carol. I think that you could add...
What's the chick? The little one.
The little one. Oh, the
Carl's
turtle-eating girl. She ate the turtle. Don't you remember her episode where she was eating the turtle?
Yeah.
I think you have people that can get on board with that, like Jesus or Rosita, but they haven't...
They haven't shown doing karate in a while, have they?
They haven't quite got to that point yet, but you have like these series of people.
Maggie's pretty badass.
Maggie's pretty badass. Aaron seems to be able to hold his own, and Aaron's boyfriend is trying to...
This is what they said they're good at. They're good at being killers.
Yeah.
A season and a half ago.
Overall, I am glad that it wrapped up, so we don't have to wait until October to see who died or what happened. I'm not really upset that Sasha died, but I would give the finale a solid B+, A-, something in that range.
B.
The logistics things I didn't go as far as you, but why all of a sudden everybody was captured when they were scattered all around, I agree with that.
Did you see Carl give up without a fight?
No.
He was looking for a way out. Always.
Yeah.
You talk about the actor. Or the kid. You think the kid wanted to die and give up his gun?
No. Carl is always on the offense. Always.
Yeah, that's true.
I couldn't see him unless they did the quick cut. Like, dropping his gun. Unless he got knocked the fuck out.
No, he's always looking for a way out.
And he's willing to die at any time, too.
Yes.
Which makes him dangerous.
Yeah.
That's why Negan likes him.
But so, it's why it's surprising they had him taken at gunpoint.
That was a good line. He said, if I raised a kid, I want him to be just like yours.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to kill him
with
one swing.
Yeah.
God, he really is a scene stealer.
Like when his arm was going to get taken, he's like, just do it.
Yeah. He's a scene stealer, man. Not
Chandler?
Not Chandler Riggs. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, man.
Yeah.
Every scene he's in. And it was really sporadic. He wasn't in it a lot. I mean...
Every other episode, probably.
Yeah. And then
he's tiny for Legan.
There was some people where you only heard...
Legan.
There was some times where you only heard his voice, like over the radio.
Yes.
But overall, good episode. I liked it. I'm more satisfied with this season finale than last year's.
Yes.
Me too. It gives me hope.
It gives you hope for the series?
Yeah.
What kind of hope?
The show
will carry on?
Will carry on as...
Positively?
If all episodes were as good as this one, I would be happy.
Yeah.
But there are lulls.
Yeah. No, there are.
Yeah.
More so than this, than like a Game of Thrones or I love Walking Dead. I put it in my top 5 shows. I know you wouldn't, but there are some parts that drag as opposed to where Game of Thrones where it's like
always on.
Even the episodes that are slow, something's developing.
Right. Yeah, Game of Thrones has an end game in sight, though. That's the difference.
Have so many episodes.
At least now you do have sort of an end game now. Now they're not pussyfooting around Negan. Now it's like, okay,
it's full. It's all in.
We have one goal, but they're going to have to elongate that into 16 episodes.
Well, there's the time
That
now.
is going to be episode.
So,
That's going to be the whole season next season, I think.
Yeah, so they're gonna have to have some MacGuffin why they can't just attack, or how Negan gets away time and time again.
There's going to be times where
he's going to be in jail.
Well,
I bet you if
Negan's going to be pissed, is what it's going to be, and it's going to be him being angry.
I
Trying to
bet
get
you it's
out.
gonna have to be at least one
Not in the
season.
jail cell. I'm not talking about that.
If there's not one season of Battle or War,
It's going to be the whole season.
if not one whole, it's gonna be the first half and then part of or whatever. You know,
I say right now that the last quarter of the season, if there's 16 episodes, I say in either 14, 15, or 16 is when he gets jailed. It's going to be towards the end.
and you
And
think
he's gonna try to
you think
escape.
he's going to jail even after the speech Rick just gave?
I think he's going to be
Yes.
jailed. I think it's too big of a part of the comic to ignore him
Yes.
being jailed.
It's kind of funny because when
They're going to build up to that.
not verbatim, but Rick said at one
I'm
point in
gonna
time,
kill you?
not now, but sometime,
He's not going to kill Negan.
I will kill you. And then
No.
what I say? Yeah, except for the part where you get jailed indefinitely.
Yeah. But in that war is when he decides that, hey, we need to move on from this and we need to become civilized again. That's, I think, when he's going to decide to jail him. They built the jail for a reason.
Right.
They didn't just build it for nothing.
They built one on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morgan
did.
built it.
Oh,
The
okay.
one guy.
Yeah, it rings a bell. That was a while ago.
Yeah, it
Yes.
was a while ago. But I think that's
And that's where
what's
Dwight
gonna happen.
was.
Yeah, it was. But
And I-
they didn't build it for a Negan.
Yes,
They
they
built it
did.
for somebody, but yes, they built it for Negan.
Yes.
It'll be an interesting...
Because he's going to try to escape and he's not going to.
And it's also a way to keep him on the show like Morgan was on the show. Morgan was on it so sporadically.
Yes.
They don't have to have Jeffrey D. Morgan as a regular. They can pull him in when they need him.
I'm not opposed to keeping him on the show. I will wait to see if I get sold on the characters turning, like, the morals to be
I understand.
not killers, because they've proven time and time again they could be cold-blooded killers.
Yes.
Well, the Saviors?
No.
No, Rick and his
Yeah,
guys.
his crew.
They murder people in
They're
their
not
sleep.
full-blooded killers?
Like,
They didn't just...
They do whatever Rick tells
No.
them to.
Yeah,
The
which they've killed people while
Yeah.
they were sleeping.
yeah, the
Lots
episode
of people.
where they kill people in their sleep is when you realize, okay, they've shifted from being innocents caught in, like, a struggle to...
No, orders taken.
No, obviously.
We are agreeing with you.
They all-
They kill people in cold blood. They're murderers. They're not. It's just the
Right.
opposite side of the same coin.
So I have to be sold on the conversation they're going to have about morals and how cold-blooded murder is not the best course.
Well, the thing.
Which right now they'd be dead set on murdering Negan.
Oh yeah.
In a heartbeat. So it's got
Right.
to got to develop into a different,
And he's
moral center.
there's for a long episode after the All Out War. I mean, he's in it sporadically, but he becomes a major part of the story again in things moving forward. So I don't think they could just take that character out.
Not
if they follow
opposed
at all.
to
Okay, is
keep
Alpha
removing
the
him.
one that comes in that he tries to expring?
No,
from the-
it's not worth talking about
Okay.
until you get there.
In like 3 years.
Well, the Whisperers are a group of people that
Move with the pack.
they assimilate with the pack.
Yeah.
They put on skin and they move with the pack. They don't have a camp. So they continuously move with the pack and they don't have names. That's why they go by Alpha as the leader and then there's the next person in charge.
We're talking years away on the show, so
Yeah.
Maybe a year.
It won't come up next year at all.
You don't think so?
No.
now with this big war, why would they
Yeah.
waste such good material?
It'll be the end.
Unless it
point.
was the last episode
Yeah.
to give a hint to the following season.
It could be.
I don't want to move on to the next subject, but I'm very curious as to what you saw today. Do you want to talk about WonderCon at all?
Yeah, sure. I don't have much to say. It's just
I don't either. We all of us went to WonderCon today. It's a cool convention. I mean, it's not the size of Comic-Con.
it's
but
Comic-Con mini. Well, not
Yeah.
even mini. It's
It's
pretty.
okay.
It is pretty big.
It's a big convention. If you've never been to Comic-Con, it's a big convention.
Okay.
I would say it's like
It's bigger than Long Beach.
2/3
Yes.
Comic-Con.
I'd say
Dude, there's a lot of floor space.
Long
I'd say half.
Chris Gertels.
I feel like it's more
Queen
than
Mary?
half.
Really?
Yeah, it took us how many hours?
3 hours about to walk the whole thing.
That's a bit. I mean,
With kids?
Yeah.
I
That's
guess
what we scale by.
you could do the math on
Booth
floor
numbers and
space
stuff.
or whatever. Like the thing they're missing is like all the big booth. There's no, Lionsgate or blah
Yeah.
blah blah. And I think so. Like if Comic Con, I consider like 1/3 is like just those giant, maybe half. Okay, but
Half?
We're about 100 days to Comic-Con.
Ugh.
Yay.
But like, you bought a couple things. We bought some paintings. I bought some Skybound stuff. I got my Invincible characters. Yes, we'll say bye.
Do you think more people per capita dress up for WonderCon?
If you take the total amount of people, probably a higher percentage dress up for WonderCon.
Last time I went there, I
Comic-Con.
thought it was higher, but this time I didn't see. You see a couple. I didn't see a whole
I
lot
think
out
most
front.
of the cosplay people hang out outside.
That's what you see.
Yeah.
I seen
By
2
the
dozen.
fountain.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's where they do their pictures and stuff. Like they do the
But-
pictures on the stairs at
yeah.
Comic-Con.
I don't go behind Comic Con very often, but if I did, I imagine I'd find.
Yeah.
You used to go with Robert.
Yeah, we hang out. But yeah, I mean, that's our little 5-second WonderCon summary.
Yeah.
What happened today? Because you had me curious as to.
It's
You
not.
said you're, what is it, the YouTuber?
Yeah.
Is that what he goes by?
No. H3H3.
No.
Huh?
H3H3.
Does he refer to himself as Jewish?
Occasionally, when the time calls
Like
for
you
it.
do?
No, I just as like a quick little thing so Robert knows what I'm talking about.
Okay, so what did he actually say? Because I didn't look at the news because you said something.
We'll see if it is any big, but over the past if you watch YouTube, like a lot of people talk about the same thing. So I watch how like you listen to your podcast,
Yeah.
and a lot of times they're interlinked some ways.
They interact with each other.
Yeah, or one will cover news of something happening to somebody else, whatever. But lately, a lot have been chiming in that YouTube is changing a lot of their monetary policies and is screwing over a lot of people. Apparently, a lot of people are pulling. It could be up to $1 billion or more worth of advertising from the site because of problems with their advertisements being on videos that are, if not racist, but inappropriate, that they don't want their brand being associated with.
Uh-huh.
And I guess it came to the forefront that people didn't realize things are being demonetized, except it's the LGBTQ community.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of the videos were being censored, even though they're just talking about, well, like videos just talking about that stuff
Uh-huh.
were being censored. So this was the news from a couple of weeks ago. It all just came about. Like a lot of YouTube creators were commenting that, oh shit, a lot of my videos I'm not being paid for anymore.
So
Like,
I'm gonna pay for it.
and so they revamped their like appeal system, but just titles like you can have just a weird title like talking about human rights thing, and the content is fine, and people like demonetized. I guess it all stemmed from a Wall Street Journal article
Oh, surprise.
where it first it's funny the YouTuber guy H3H3 he other people point out that the Wall Street Journal are the people who tried to, it's like legitimately fake news, go after PewDiePie for being a Nazi.
Uh-huh.
You hear about any of that a few
Yes,
weeks ago?
absolutely.
Because it gets a lot of clicks.
Yeah.
I don't watch PewDiePie
don't either.
videos at all, but I've seen the context of what, like, he's used Nazi images in like 5 of his last 30 videos. A lot of times he's using them to make fun of people, like,
Uh-huh.
But boost
It-
ratings.
what? No, he does it as parody, making fun of people who, on his videos, he makes parody videos. And so in context, him dressing up like a Nazi, like Commandant, makes
Well, that
sense.
will get extra clicks.
No, he has 50 million
He's
subs.
the #1 YouTuber, so I mean,
It doesn't matter how many. No, he does wild antics anyway. But so the Wall Street Journal at one point in time, a month ago or two, they took it out of context, like
And said he was racist. I
here's-
saw this.
Yeah, here's a picture of him, and then somebody defended. I remember, like on Twitter, like context doesn't matter if he's a racist. So it's like,
Context doesn't matter.
but it'd be like taking like a comedian sketch and taking their
Yeah.
the whole thing out of context. So it seemed like the Wall Street Journal literally just published this to like get the average or the views and the revenue. So
Get their money.
yeah, so it seemed like they were kind of douchebags, but so they're the
Kinda.
ones who broke a story saying, "Oh, look, Coca-Cola and all these advertisement places, like here's a picture of their video on like some racist video. It's like how in Alabama some N-word dancing or something." And they had pictures showing like Starbucks advertisement was on it and Coca-Cola and all this other stuff, and they reached out to these big places and it seemed like this one article Wall Street Journal published that big people started pulling out the advertisements from YouTube. And the guy, so the H3H3 went and like kind of investigated. He posted 2 videos in the last 2 days where he's looking at this guy who published it, his like Twitter and stuff, and seeing like, okay, so it turns out he made an accusation yesterday. It's like, I think the guy just kind of he must have been typing for hours, like typing in all these horrible, like the N word and everything, trying to find videos that have advertisements. It's like, I know YouTube, and it's weird that he found one video that has it. Like, I would call bullshit, but I'd have to see. But there's no way to tell it's not a fake picture or whatnot, blah, blah. And it came back today. He posted, like, so I got in touch with the guy whose video had it was a racist video, basically. Mm-hmm. And you're able to show, like, how much money you've made on that video. It shows a chart. And his video has been demonetized since September. And at the time the guy took the screenshot with 181,000 views on that video, which is about a few days ago, he was not making any money on it, which means there's no advertisements on it.
Yeah.
So, and they used that screenshot, like different screenshots of that one video with multiple advertisers. So it looks like the Wall Street Journal guy photoshopped pictures and got billions of dollars worth of like product placement taken off YouTube because he works for the Wall Street Journal, which is pretty credible.
So like yours,
Yeah.
like
And so it's just I watched this yesterday as like conspiracy theory, and then today's like, guys, I have like everyone like in the comments doubts it, and now I have fucking proof that it's fake, and so I just watched it like a couple hours ago. He uploaded it, and then I immediately see all these other YouTubers, like the news ones, covering it, and like he's blowing the Wall Street Journal out of the water, and
just make him look like shit.
I've seen some big people tweeting it, like, hey, and it's funny that like an independent YouTuber does more journalism and uncovers real stories
than an actual journalist
than the Wall Street Journal does. Right. So it's like fulfilling for me because I'm like, I watch the video first, so I want to see if it actually blows up.
Well, it seems like a lot of those YouTubers are out for each other too. Like they cover each other's backs because that's their living, and I mean they don't want to be taken advantage of.
H3 has had PewDiePie on the show, and they seem really cool.
Yeah.
So they do, and I think they kind of defend the platform they're on. For one, because of this, a lot of them are losing. Like the big YouTubers keep reiterating that they're probably fine, but people who are up and coming who want it to be the main source of revenue are probably fucked.
Like Parker, Dan T.
In a way, if you don't have over like 100,000 subscribers, you can be.
Dan TDM has like 15 million people. So
he'll be fine.
He's fine.
The big YouTubers are fine, but their income was cut significantly in the last week or two.
Which isn't right. You
And now it comes out, this guy just made up, he's like, the Wall Street Journal must have it out because he was like making a point, like making fun of the guy who wrote it. So like, he's probably jerking off in the corner trying to frame like nail YouTubers because their publication got like, they got a lot of backlash from setting up PewDiePie in a way. It's like, oh, how do we get these YouTubers? It's a funny video.
All of them.
He makes fun of it a lot, but
the thing is YouTube can change anything when they want to.
Right.
YouTube as a...
It's public driven.
No, they get so much money from advertising, they have to follow what the advertisers want. So they made up new stringent rules like that their videos won't be, their products won't be featured on things that even have like a clickbaity title that sounds racist or anything.
So anything that's
controversial,
derogatory towards anybody else, they won't put advertising.
Even if it's like news covering like cop kills a couple black people or whatever, that's too controversial. No adverts will be on it.
I mean, I guess you don't want people to profit from just being hate mongers.
No, a lot of people are just covering news better than the Wall Street Journal might.
Well, these are independent people that don't have agendas. I mean, not agendas to the point of a corporation that's either in the right wing or the left wing. I mean, if somebody doesn't have... If you don't have a corporation of a group of like thousands of people that are being paid by a certain person, then they don't have the same agenda as like one person like your YouTuber.
There's one guy I watch who's not that, but he covers things. He tries to cover both sides of it, and I like listening to his opinion on like topics before I actually read other stuff, so I get a sense of it.
It's tough, man, because it's hard to find news based down the middle because everybody's
not biased
because like a Huffington Post is going to be far left and a Fox News is obviously going to be far right, not as far as Breitbart, but like it's going to be far right.
Everything is fine.
Kids' videos on YouTube are going to be untouched.
Yes,
so
which is
all your
I hope
which is Parker's Dan TDM,
and I think they get the most revenue per view
Oh, if you make
I
a
hope
mystery
so.
egg opening, you're going to make a ton of money.
Yeah,
true.
but I mean, like this sense on the View, like I don't know what we talked about it, like $1 per every 1,000 people, but I think it's higher for them.
Dan
But-
TDM puts out multiple videos a week, and they get like
Oh.
millions of views.
Yeah, he's probably top tier, but there are hundreds of people who just play like Call of Duty, the professionals, and they're probably fine. But people who cover like real, like maybe controversial things or anything controversial, I guess, is they're losing revenue.
You think of Disney as this big multi-billion-dollar
Conglomerate?
corporation, and they are. I mean,
Yeah.
Disney
Yes.
owns all kinds of
Everything.
stuff. But the fact that they have their own YouTube channel, which obviously they do, where they put out the music videos from the movies that they put out,
It's not only that, but like
Instant
PewDiePie
money.
was working for Disney.
was he?
He was.
He got fired though, right? Or he got let go?
It's like a subsidiary of a subsidiary. So his media
Third
group
band.
was whatever that is, which was owned by Disney. So there are promotions and crossovers and whatever, but he was dropped before not even like being found guilty of anything, but for the news stories covering saying he's a racist, even though false or not.
Yeah, that which is terrible.
I guess Disney has to distance themselves.
Yeah,
But
They
so
have to.
2 different allegations from, like, it's fake news. Like, if they're faking screenshots, it is
Yeah.
legitimately fake news.
but we were in the car and we were listening to "Thank You" that Maui sings on Moana. And it's got 65 million views.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I sure it's a small chunk of revenue because
but I mean,
Small?
any way for them to make it compared to the movies and
Yeah.
stuff that they put out in the theme
like,
parks.
okay, even if they made $1 per 1,000, so they make $6,500 on it. I don't know.
Just that much.
Well, compared to like ticket
Yeah.
sales for Disneyland,
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's a better way to get people like want to buy the movie
Yeah.
or something. It is an extended advertisement of sorts.
it probably more than pays for the social media
brainwashing.
people that they have running their accounts, though.
Yeah. Oh, I think it covers that and maybe a little bit more.
I mean, if you have like a 20 or 30 person media department and you're paying these people this amount of money, it probably pays for the entire media department.
Yeah.
Just the revenue off of a YouTube or
having Let It Go on YouTube by Disney rather than some other third party
I
is
wonder.
better, like for them in all aspects.
Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna look at how many views "Let It Go" has on YouTube.
Or shiny.
Well, I mean, but "Let
I
It Go."
think Let It Go will have way more.
It has 1 billion views.
Ugh.
1 billion.
Great song.
A billion views. Oh, my Bluetooth is on. I don't wanna.
No, let's not do
I
that.
don't wanna wake up the kids
No.
because it is to the jawbone right now. Yeah, so that's got 1 billion views. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, Psy has 2 billion on Gingham
Yeah.
Style, but 1 billion views is still a lot of views.
Yeah. And it's all free promotion. People want to listen to it and they click a link off of it or something,
Well, like Parker. We didn't even talk to them.
In Summer from the Olaf song,
Yeah.
162 million
Ugh.
views. I mean, that's
Yeah.
high. So I mean, they're making money for sure.
Oh, Disneyland making money?
Disney.
I don't think like the YouTube revenue is anything near the DVD sales or
Oh no.
Blu-ray. But I mean,
Just walk to
Everything
their art
adds up.
shops.
Yeah.
yeah,
No?
merchandising. But
Well, yeah, merchandise.
I don't want that. Our kids alone.
No, not our kids alone.
Okay.
The tens of millions of kids that go
That's true.
to Disney theme parks a year that say, "I want this, I want that, I want that $10 glow stick, I want
Ugh.
that $20 whatever." I mean,
Yep.
October.
yeah,
so I was curious if it actually broke news. I doubt it in any way.
probably not. It's only amongst you little people.
Like nobody,
Sorry, us little people.
everyone cares about the story. Like, oh, YouTube is promoting racist videos. Nobody's really care about the truth. Like,
I'm not gonna.
well,
I'm not gonna lie. I just saw that PewDiePie was talked about being racist. I never looked into.
and that's all that sticks with you too.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. If you read a headline, you basically judge somebody or something.
Yeah.
If you don't, especially if you don't read into it. So
How long has Moana been out? Not that long, right?
5 months.
Year?
How Far I'll Go, which is the title song of that, has 122 million views.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's, and even the people that repost that on their YouTube channels have millions of views. You know, because it's not always the right one that comes up immediately.
No.
You have anything else to say, Corey? Should we end it here?
Probably. I was just going to look around.
So, long story short, Walking Dead finale good, WonderCon good, Liars on YouTube bad. But yeah, we're actually going to record tomorrow. We're going to do a Power Rangers review. So there's going to be 3 of us on there. Long story short, 2 of us didn't like it. 1 of us did. So tune in to see us argue about whether the movie was good or bad. Not Katrina this time. So make sure you follow us at Sly Comics. Make sure you check us out on iTunes and give us a review. Listen to us on Stitcher or Google Play. Corey's Twitter doesn't matter, so you don't have to follow him on there.
No, doesn't bother.
So just at Sly Comics. And, if there's any of you out there that want us to look at your comic, look at your movie, look at anything, we're always willing to look at new stuff to give reviews on and talk about. So
We'll have the movies to watch.
what? Oh, we'll talk about that another time.
Okay.
You can email me at slycomics@gmail.com, and I'm more than willing to discuss stuff with people, so feel free to email me. But that'll be this week's episode of 9 to 5 Nerds with Robert Swathwood, Corey Urkel,
Goodbye.
and Katrina Swathwood.
Bye.